This is NBC3 News at 5.
Well, tonight we bring you to a community highlighted by history and revitalization. Take a great view from Sky I-1, our NBC3 Your Town broadcast live in Auburn tonight, the county seat of Cuyahoga County and its largest community. Attractions range from summer college baseball and theaters to museums, waterfront recreation, and so much more. Good evening, everybody. I'm Matt Mulcahy.
Hi, everyone. I'm Megan Coleman. Happy Friday here. A nice summer evening. It is a hot one as we come live to you from Auburn for our special Your Town series tonight, celebrating all the rich history and the great culture and things that this community has to offer. We are live tonight from the Equal Rights Heritage Center just off downtown Auburn. This city has so much in its history that you really think about. In fact, we just saw some people entering the Equal Rights Heritage Center. They got some maps and some brochures, and they headed out on the
And this is like
Trail.
Secretary of State Row here with Seward and Dulles, both great figures in American history.
And also the water. That is such a great part, a unique part of this community here. Owasco actually is one of the smaller Finger Lakes, making its calm waters perfect for water recreation, a great place to get out and enjoy during the summer. It can be found on the beaches of Auburn's Emerson Park. That's a really special place here. Owasco paddles rent out kayaks. They have paddle boards to take in the water as well.
Okay, let's go back to Harriet Tubman and the rich history of this community. Harriet Tubman House is here. It's a National Historic Park and was a major hub for abolitionists in the mid-19th century. Tubman lived in Auburn from 1859 until she passed away in 1913. The community has long served as a center for progressive thought. Also here in Auburn, as we mentioned, the Seward House right next door to us here at our location, the historic home of William Henry Seward, who served as a New York State Senator, New York Governor, U.S. Senator. Of course, he was Secretary of State. His life was threatened the night that Abraham Lincoln was assassinated. And also in Auburn, it is home to the historic Fort Hill Cemetery. The property story begins more than 300 years ago.
It is a really unique property here, the final resting place for many of Auburn's most famous residents, from those involved in government service to New York's abolitionist movement.
William Seward, he was President Abraham Lincoln's Secretary of State during the Civil War. His wife, Frances Seward, was a noted abolitionist and suffragist and was a good friend of Harriet Tubman, who's also buried here. Famed abolitionist. People come from across the globe actually to pay their respects to this remarkable woman.
Fort Hill Cemetery offers self-guided tours to see the notable sites around the property. It is open 7 days a week.
And you know what's great in Auburn? The weather. It's sunny and 80 degrees just about year-round, just like all of central New York. Actually, I took a quick drive down to Owasco Lake. The place is covered with boats, people swimming, kayaking, paddle boarding. We'll talk about more about that throughout the night, but what a great place to enjoy a summertime evening here.
Coverage here in the city of Auburn on a beautiful evening. The sun is shining down upon us, and we are having a great time exploring this wonderful city. Jessie Klein is with Auburn Business Development. Great to see you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for being here, Jessie.
Thank you.
We love it. Auburn is always so welcoming. We've been here a couple of times over the years. What is new, and where is the vibe in Auburn these days?
Well, it's definitely downtown. For example, tonight we have our Music on the Mall series happening. It's an outdoor concert on State Street with some ska band, which is from Rochester.
And they're setting up for that now, right? They're starting to close off the street.
Now.
I saw that.
Yep, on State Street across from Prison City Pub and Moondog's Lounge.
Yep.
Actually, Moondogs will be hosting the post party with another live band from Ithaca called Freight. And Prison City North has the Lizards, which is a Fish tribute band. And then Michaela, who is up next, who owns Parker's, is going to be performing at Shep's Brewing. And their Town Hall Heist is the name of their band.
It's amazing. And what's so fun, and we're going to get to the food, because you guys actually have a really cool food scene here these days. So between the food, the music, and the culture, but also the history. I mean, you know, we talk about Harriet Tubman and all the Seward House. There's so much that you guys have to offer here. What do you love the most about Auburn?
Well, for me personally, I'm very about public art. This art on the streets for everyone to enjoy. So we've got a DRI grant to do 6 public art installations, sculptures, murals, and street pole panels. We're actually going to be unveiling our 6th sculpture Friday the 26th. Sky Woman is a bronze female figure. And she's going to be unveiled at the corner of William and Lincoln Street.
Oh, how cool.
So we have a public art trail that we promote. And
have you done murals then too? Have they already been done?
Yes.
And on the sides of the buildings?
Music. Auburn celebrates the arts on the backside of Auburn Public Theater. It's a mural with mosaic pieces involved.
Yes.
As well as like the Harriet Tubman is sort of a mix of painted and mosaic pieces.
Yes.
We did a vinyl banner above Nash's Framing and Art. And we just unveiled about a month ago, I don't know if you noticed the 15 feet hands at the corner of South and Genesee.
Really cool.
Idiogenesis.
All right, so let's talk about food because you guys also have great food. Okay, guys, this is Parker's house. And let's talk a little bit about what we have. All right, blueberry lemon sangria cocktail. Thank you very much.
Refreshing.
On a Friday, a hot Friday.
That,
We have a romaine wedge salad with chicken, Greek chicken pita. It looks delicious. Tell me a little bit about Parker's Grill because there's some new owners there.
Yes, there are. Michaela is. She has been an employee for probably 7 or 8 years. She would actually speak to her experience better, but
want to get in there, Matt?
They just purchased the business and have renamed the restaurant from Parker's Grill and Tap House to Parker's 129, which is 129 Genesee Street.
And I love it too because it looks, and I'm imagining it tastes really fresh.
What did you just give me? Was it from this one, right?
Yeah, this
Fantastic.
Is
the wedge
salad.
That is
very
so
good.
And Greek tacos.
Yeah.
I do believe. I hope, if I'm not misspoken.
What a great combination Auburn has, though. As we mentioned, we've got the history. That's an attraction. You still have such great bones of a downtown community.
Yeah.
Plus these vital art installations, music performances, restaurants, and there happens to be a lake down the road where you can spend your whole summer too, Owasco Lake. So it's just about everything.
I was just there for more live music on Thursday nights. The Friends of Emerson Park have a live music series from 6 to 9. There was probably 1,000 people there of all ages just enjoying.
And I will say I was just inside this Equal Rights Heritage Center where we broadcast from last time we were here. It's beautiful. I mean, it's a great place to begin your journey.
It is.
Collect all the great information.
It's nice to see that investment too.
Jesse, thank you. We appreciate it. Let's do a little cheers to Auburn.
Cheers.
All right. Cheers on a Friday night.
Thanks for sharing Auburn with us tonight.
Yeah, we appreciate it. And our coverage from Auburn will continue. Coming up in just a few minutes, we have a whole lot of coverage for you. So much to talk about. Looking forward to it.
We'll be right back.
From Auburn continues here tonight.
Yeah, so we have just a beautiful evening, and there are so many choices of great restaurants in the Auburn area, especially in the downtown area.
Yeah, and we're getting spoiled here. It's not just for Brandon and his Brandon's Bite segment. Tonight, we're
going full Brandon tonight ourselves here with tasting and eating and talking with our mouthful, I think.
That's right. So this is Mesa Grande. People in Auburn love it. Our producer Rachel is from nearby here, and she said Mesa Grande is at the top of her list.
Big table, Mesa Grande, right? You need a big table to fit all of this food. It's delicious.
All right, so should we go through it?
Yeah.
Of course, we have the margaritas because that's perfect on a Friday night. We also have burrito bowls. Okay, so that's here.
Okay.
Rice, beans, chicken, cheese, pico de gallo, corn salsa, and guacamole. I know, Matt, you love the soft flour tacos.
Sure.
This is barbacoa beef, cheese,
beef
sour cream, pico de gallo, and lettuce.
And what are these little beverages?
Well, these are the margaritas I was telling you about. So get on in there. Also, hand-cut chips and queso. They make everything in-house from scratch. It's delicious. I think they're pronounced Doritos. They have lime and mango flavor. All right, so let's get in there.
Let's see what
Ready?
this tastes
3, 2, 1.
I'm eating
cheers.
I'm eating and you're drinking? Okay. Mm-hmm. The barbacoa, delicious.
That's a good margarita on a hot night here in Auburn. We're
very refreshing.
Excited to celebrate all the great restaurants here.
Yeah.
All right, so you're going to keep eating.
And I'm also dripping a little bit.
And you're going to drip.
And I got to be. So, listen, we'll keep eating. We'll be careful. We'll be right back with more. Right?
That's right. We'll be right back with our live coverage from Auburn after this.
Get out of there. Go.
This is NBC3 News at 5:30.
Well, tonight the NBC3 team is live in the city of Auburn. Located on the north end of Owasco Lake, it's a city rich in history and tradition, as well as arts and culture, offering a great array of museums, historic sites, and so much more.
Auburn also home to 17,000 strawberry plants. That's just in one place. This is thanks to Strawberry Fields and Florists in Auburn. The Strawberry Field offers self-picked strawberries from June through all the way to October, truly offering something for everyone.
It's a wonderful experience for people visiting, families, people of all ages. The children love it. They get the bottom ones. The adults get the top ones. So it's really fun, a fun experience.
Yep.
The Strawberry Fields charges by the pound for strawberries picked. They have a gift shop as well. The fields are open Tuesday through Sunday. Your Town broadcast as we celebrate this great community, the rich history, the great food and culture. So much to offer. The mayor joins us now, Mayor Jimmy Genatino. Great to see you.
Great to see you too. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, and I know that you grew up in Auburn. You left for a short while, came back, and you love this community. Why is it so close to your heart?
It's just a great community. Great people, salt of the earth, hardworking, blue collar community. That always comes together to support one another, and to me it's the greatest place in Central New York, and I'm glad you guys are here to tell everybody about it.
I feel bad that we didn't bring them in for the food segments. You know,
I'm okay with that. No eating on
You've probably
camera.
been to those restaurants.
I have, and they're all great.
Yeah. You really have a lot of. There's so much going on here. What do you do to, other than a program like this, to let the world know about Auburn? How do you approach that?
You know, we just have to be an ambassador for the city.
Yeah.
Myself, the rest of the city council, we do that. I think we set ourselves apart. We lead by example. We advocate for Auburn, and you know, we're a city rich in history. Harriet Tubman, William Seward. We're a city with a bright future, and we just continue to talk about it.
Yeah, and so much of development requires funding, right? And so how important is that to get state funding or to find those grant resources to continue to improve the city?
It is 100% vital, and you know, thankfully here in Auburn, we have a fantastic city staff that does just that. I don't know if you guys are aware, but we just secured $91 million in federal and state funding to upgrade our wastewater treatment plant. We would not be able to do that without that funding, and it is really a testament to the people that work for the citizens of this city.
And wastewater treatment plant doesn't sound too sexy, but that's a pretty vital resource for the city to have.
100%. Not only for the safety of our residents, but it's an economic development tool. If you don't have water and sewer infrastructure, you can't bring business here. A better example of that funding, and we were just talking about it, is the new skate park at Casey Park. $1 million skate park. It's going to be a world-class attraction. We would not have been able to do that if our staff didn't go out and secure that funding.
How do you approach Auburn's role, the city within the center of Cuyahoga County, and then working with all of Cuyahoga County to kind of tie it all together?
Yeah, so we collaborate on a lot of things. A perfect example is Owasco Lake. You know, the lake is threatened. We're having water quality issues in the watershed. And that's one area where we've collaborated, not only Auburn and Cuyahoga County, but all the towns around the lake. And it's about communicating with one another.
When you say it's threatened, what is going on with the lake that you're concerned about?
Yeah, just like every lake in central New York and the Finger Lakes, it's threatened by harmful algal blooms. Mm-hmm. We've been on the forefront of that, advocating on behalf of Owasco Lake, revising our rules and regulations, fighting for a total maximum daily load, which is a pollution budget for that lake. And really holding the state accountable to make sure that those things happen.
Well, I swung by there before we came up here, and there's a lot of people having a good time on that today. So it's really, it's wonderful to see.
It's a great resource.
It is, not only for recreation, but it's our source of drinking water for 47,000 people.
Yeah, if you could speak to all our viewers out there, maybe they're looking for a place to bring their family for the summer, something that's more cost effective than hopping on an airplane. How would you pitch it to them to bring their family maybe for a day trip or a weekend?
Yeah, you know, there's plenty to do, whether you want arts and culture, recreation, history, it's all here. It is affordable. It's a beautiful place to be in the summer, and even in the winter, it's a beautiful place in its own right. So yeah, welcome. Come to Auburn.
And you're supporting local businesses too, which is always really nice.
100%.
Yeah,
Mayor, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, congratulations on such a successful community. It really looks great.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I
we say
appreciate
cheers
it.
to you and all the great work you guys are doing.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Our
thanks
pleasure.
for having us.
It's just wonderful. It really feels great, especially when we get a chance to duck into a shade for just a couple minutes.
Are you saying this while the sweat is literally dripping down your back?
I can feel it, though. But we were talking with the mayor about Owasco Lake, and as I mentioned, I went down. There's boats, there's people swimming, there's people kayaking. It's very active right now.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
It's really a treasure, and then to have the kind of nightlife. I mean, they're setting up downtown for music on the street tonight, and the restaurants are terrific. So, really, what an asset for Central New York.
Yeah, it's really wonderful. And you know, one of the best parts about a community is small businesses. We love to support them. We encourage you to do the same. Auburn is home to several of them, including one of the most recent.
It's called a meadery. Have you ever heard of one of those?
What's that?
If you're looking at for a new taste, Comb Grown is the latest new business in Auburn. Mead is an alcoholic beverage, goes back a few centuries, made by fermenting honey with various other ingredients, including grapes, blackberries, strawberries, and even mangoes, allowing for a variety of different flavors.
I love the creativity of fermentation and the flavor combinations. It's a totally new path for me. It's something that I started out as a hobby and then sort of a side hustle where I was living before, and then when I moved to Auburn, it seemed like the perfect town.
Well, it's great to hear that. So far, they've made 12 different meads. Comb Grown Meads is open Thursdays through Saturdays, and what's today? Friday? Yeah, so they're open. Yeah, perfect.
Great place to check out. In addition to those, some brand new small businesses, there are also some that have been here for a long time. They are tried and true. And this next family-owned company, which is so great to celebrate, they've actually been operating here for about a century. Dickman Farms began way back in 1903 as a small commercial farm that's grown over time to 18 acres of greenhouses. Dickman's holds on to quality crop and family values.
A lot of our staff have been with us for 15 years or more. We're all about quality here, doing the right things for the plant in the right environment with the right technology in the greenhouse to grow healthy plants that thrive for our consumers.
Dickman grows and sells a variety of annuals and full-grown plants to around 85 garden centers across the East Coast, including the supermarket Wegmans.
That's great. Fantastic. Great to see that business thriving here. Still ahead on NBC3 News at 5:30. More from our Your Town broadcast, including some music and also Peter Hall's forecast.
Yeah, that's exactly right. We have a lot going on, including the Middle Eastern Festival. We'll let you know what to expect for that and your boating forecast, too, because it's going to be a summery weekend next.
Welcome back to our Your Town broadcast here from downtown Auburn tonight. What a beautiful Friday evening as we head into this mid-July weekend. Look at the great views. I mean, this is a city that's rich with history, but has a lot of vitality too at the same time.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of folks actually who have now joined us near the Equal Rights Heritage Center here right in the center of downtown Auburn. People generally love this community, and it's so fun to talk to them about what they love about it.
Yeah, a community really highlighted by history and revitalization. We take you to Auburn, the business brewing the best cup of coffee in town. For several years, Simple Roast Coffee has operated out of drive-through locations in the west and the east, and now east ends of town, and now they're serving up more than just coffee in their first brick-and-mortar store right in the heart of downtown.
We wanted it to feel comfortable and cozy and a really welcoming space for everybody to come into and just be a place to congregate and get together with your friends.
Roast and Toast has its beans roasted locally in Auburn every week. They're fresh, in fact. As the cafe name implies, the main dish served with their brews is toast with a wide range of options for toppings. The owner, Matt Pearson, says they take the simple concept of toast and elevate the flavor to be delicious and healthy. Brandon gave me a key. He said the grilled cheeses are delicious.
Oh, yes. He showed us that on the air just the other night. He took a big bite of a grilled cheese.
Yeah, and I think a nice iced coffee would be good on a night like tonight.
Goodness, what a perfect choice. You know, it is summertime, and sometimes you want to eat a little lighter, and sometimes you just say, hey, I could go for some wings.
That's right, and if we haven't had enough, let's get at it again.
Yeah.
Swabbies. Take a look at this. This is food from Swabbies here in Auburn. We have two great things that they have brought us. First, the wings. Matt, there's two types. Aaron's wings, which are Cajun garlic hot sauce.
Okay.
I know you like spicy.
I do.
And then Polly's wings, which are honey garlic Caribbean jerk. So I'll let you get in there. We do have napkins on standby. Also, we have chicken riggies, which is a Central New York staple and a favorite of people locally. This is just delicious.
Swabbies is definitely a familiar place here. It's been around a long time, and that's the kind of place you want to go to for wings.
There's a kick to the chicken riggies for sure. How's that? Which one did you start with, the hot?
I started with blue cheese on my face, and I'm working my way back to the chicken. It's really delicious. I like they're nice and crispy, good flavor, a lot of meat on the bone. And there's the kick.
Here's a kick. I got my kick too. Delicious. So good. Yeah. All right. See, it's not just for Brandon anymore.
No.
Woo, it's spicy.
Meteorologist Peter Hall, why doesn't he come out here with us to help us eat this stuff?
Pete, you are such a foodie, my friend. You would love this.
I'm available.
Okay, I'm inviting you.
Oh, well, by the time
inviting
I
you
get
next
there,
time.
the show will be over. How about next time we do a Your Town? That sounds good to me.
I thought you didn't get my text. You didn't get my
Oh.
text. You got that you texted them.
You were supposed to be here.
Sorry.
I did text you.
Well, tonight we bring you to a community highlighted by history and revitalization.
NBC3 team live in Auburn tonight, the county seat of Cougar County, and its largest community. Attractions range from summer college baseball games and theaters to museums, plus waterfront recreation. Good evening, I'm Matt Mulcahy.
Hi, everybody. I'm Megan Coleman. Welcome to Auburn. The hair has gone up because it is a hot night here in Auburn tonight.
Yes.
We are certainly sweating it out, but we're loving the sun and the great crowd actually that has formed here outside the Equal Rights Heritage Center in downtown Auburn. You know, this city has so much rich history. It's so unique, and not only because of Harriet Tubman, William Seward, but also the great waterways. Owasco, one of the smaller Finger Lakes that makes its calm waters perfect for water recreation. It's found on the beach of Auburn's Emerson Park. Owasco Paddles rents out kayaks and paddle boards so you can take on the water with your family.
It's usually about 10 degrees cooler on the water than it is in town. So even on the hottest of days, it's a good place to be.
It is a good place to be. There's a variety of kayaks and paddleboards available that can support you based on your age or your skill level, like tandem kayaks and kids paddleboards. Owasco Paddles is open 7 days a week until mid-August, then Friday through Sunday until Labor Day.
Well, following some safety issues, the Auburn community has come together to build a new skate park. The park was constructed last year. With the rise of BMX bike use in young adults and children, the initiative was successful thanks to Auburn's community effort.
The community, they are responsible for the design. We held a number of community meetings and they had tons of input, which resulted in the skate park.
Skate park is free to the public and is open from dusk to dawn every day, so we hope people get out and enjoy it.
All right, well, we will return to our live coverage from Auburn coming up in just a moment. We have a great musical guest performance for you coming up in just a few minutes, so you'll want to stick around for that.
Yeah, that's Jim Van Arsdale. Thanks for being here, and more importantly, thanks to what you do for this community, for all these young musicians who you teach and learn and give this experience to every summer. 16 years worth now.
It's a great team that we have put together to plays music all over the county and in other counties too. So we're going to feature today most of our seniors are here, and they're doing a senior tour coming up starting on Tuesday, and they're going to play a week long and raise money for the Cougar County United Way.
And you were recently honored by the Sammys with the People's Choice Award.
Yes.
Congratulations.
We're honored by the Sammys for their efforts in the community and People's Choice Awards.
That's amazing. And talk to maybe there's other young kids out there who are watching, or their parents know that their kids have this love of music. How can they get involved?
Performforpurpose.org is our website. You can sign up to be a performer or volunteer on there. And, it's like a sports program. We start kids early, show them the basket, show them the cord.
Yeah.
And then they grow into mentors in the program.
Let's let them play a little bit. Right?
Absolutely.
All right, let's do it. Here we go.
They're playing
guys.
my favorite song.
Okay.
Perform for a purpose.
Hit it, gang.
Well, welcome back to our Your Town coverage, live from Auburn tonight. A great performance here tonight.
They were
Thanks
just
so much.
fantastic.
These
I could
students
listen
are
to them
just
all night.
remarkable. Perform for purpose, so check them out for sure.
Yeah. Thank you, Ashley. The party continues here. This Chameleon, Herbie Hancock's tune, Perform for Purpose. Let's let them take us home today, right? Bye from Auburn. Good night, everybody.